Hey, thanks for tuning in to Slot Car Cast. One of the other side things I do is called jadedparts.com. It's a website where we try to take weird parts and kind of tune them up for different clubs with weird rules or unusual things. So in this case, I wanted to take a look at Carrera. The Carrera guides that come from the factory, they just weren't good enough for me. I'll show you here. When you have a Carrera guide, you get the spring back action as normal, but if there's no spring action, if you're just going down a straight, you'll notice that the guide has a jiggle in it. It's very loose and sloppy. I didn't like that, and when you're going at high speeds, that flutter more than likely will cause some issues for you. So let's take a look and see what we've come up with here to fix some of these problems. Now, there are other companies that make guides that are perfectly fine. Slot Invasion makes a good replacement. It's very thick. Their guide is 2.36 millimeters thick, and you notice it when you're in Carrera track or even on a wood routed track. Like it's not slopping around in there. But the problem with their guide is, while it doesn't slop around in the guide a lot, it does slop around with that same little tail action. As you see, they've only got one notch here that goes into this body. This post here has two notches. Now, there are other companies where you take that whole piece out. Let's see if I can get this. You take that whole piece out, and then you put a new piece in, and you put a new guide in, and to me, it was overkill. So what we've done at jadedparts.com is we've come up with our own guide. Now, you'll see here, we've got two notch posts on it. So when the guide goes in, it eliminates that back and forth slop because the second post hits when you're trying to jiggle it. Maybe. It's not very sloppy. And you still maintain all your balance, and there's no back and forth slop on it now. Comes all the way to where the normal one is. It clips in, so you don't got to worry about it falling out. It's pressure to get it back out and in. What we also do is, I'll show you on the screen over here, there's a few things we do on our part that are a little different. For instance, we have the main part of the blade here will fit through a Scalextric track, but what we do is we take this part here and we fatten this up. This is our keel design, and what that does is that increases the width of the overall blade here to 2.36. And when I say it'll fit through a Scalextric track, you have to do what I've done here on the part, is just put it in a flat belt sander and just shave that keel off on both sides, and it'll fit through Scalextric if you really want to. Or sometimes people haven't got their wood routed tracks to the right width in some places, and you'll catch. So this does two things. It gives you the same thickness as other brands that you want, but it reduces the amount of friction you have when you go around the corner, because only a thin amount of it's touching the actual corner as you slide through that corner. And then the third thing is, like I said, you can just trim that off if it doesn't fit through your track. I know on some of our local tracks, guys have tried these Slot Invasions, and they're just too thick for however the track was routed. And in that case, we've had guys that have had to shave the entire half of this down, half of this, and keep plugging and testing. Whereas in here, I've eliminated most of that by just one shave of this keel, one shave of the keel on this side, and you're done. And then lastly, the third thing is that I know that some guys prefer to have a screw down with their guides. So what we've done is we've made the center of this will accept an M2 screw that you can go down through the guide, go through the top. Now, I don't know if this is necessary, but I know some guys want total control over it, and then you can have the entire screw on the top of the post here. I'll pull the wires back a little. So you can have that in there holding it down. Let's see if we can see it over here. And then you don't got to worry about it ever coming out. I can't imagine you would ever use this, but I know some guys definitely do want that. And if you crank it down tighter, you can get even more of the slop out, but there will come a point where you tighten it down too much and the guide won't turn. So you want to make sure that you don't over tighten that. So right now, that is our Carrera guide. We've just started selling on the website, and I'll have those up later today. The other thing people have asked about is our nose. On the guides that we make, our nose is usually the same. We have this snowplow design, and that's when your car's coming around and you're in the guide or in the groove. You want the frictional forces pulling your nose down. I know that some guys in the club used to have it it would be more like a ramp, and when they would come around, it would the friction would kind of be pulling the guide up and out, whereas ours push it down in. So that's just kind of, I know there's another few companies that do this. I can't imagine why more people don't do that snowplow design. And then as we round off here, this is just for any imperfections in the track you might hit at the bottom. It'll give you a fighting chance to stay in the, if it came down flat to a exact point tip here, you hit something weird in the track and you're gone. So that's what our overall design is here on this guide, and hopefully you take a look at it, you like it, tell your friends. Right now on our website we're selling them 2 for $10, so until they sell out, and we'll let you know if we wind up getting more in. In the meantime, thanks for checking them out. See ya.